Second pregnancy announcements hit differently. They don't land the same way as first ones, and they don't get the same reactions, and sometimes they create feelings that people don't expect. So today we're watching second pregnancy announcement TikToks, and we're going to unpack why they trigger such mixed emotions. They trigger joy, silence, guilt, some judgment, some comparison, and sometimes they also trigger controversy. If you've ever announced baby number 2 and felt like the room reacted a bit weirdly, then this video is for you. Announcement is often treated like a global event, so there's balloons, tears, and everyone drops everything. But the second time, there's usually an unspoken expectation that it should be quieter, smaller, less celebratory, and that's our emotional first trigger. It's the quote of, "You've already had your moment." Society subtly tells parents, especially mothers, that the magic was the first time, and the second announcement can feel like it's meant to be more practical than emotional. But as I wrote over on the blog, a second pregnancy can actually feel more complex emotionally, not less. Now, I thought that was a really sweet, calm pregnancy announcement. Second time, it's got the sort of typical, first baby as part of the announcements, but I thought it was really sweet because it was quite calm. This one as well is really quite sweet. So they're both seaside, and that seaside vibe gives you quite a peaceful announcement sort of background. And who won't enjoy a seaside pregnancy announcement? Because it gives vibes of easy breezy. We've got this. We've done this before. We can do it again. And then, of course, the first child being in it is even cuter. The good thing about this is that it's really cute and quite easy to copy, even though it's also quite creative. Because if you're stuck for ideas, this is one that you can easily set up for yourself. One of the biggest differences with second pregnancy announcements is that someone else is now involved, and that's the sibling. So these announcements aren't just about we're pregnant, they're also about making an identity shift. Someone is losing their only child status. Someone is becoming a big brother or a big sister. That triggers a lot of feelings, even in the adults who are watching. So there's guilt and projection, because some people project their own fears onto these announcements. Will the first child feel replaced? Can parents who really love 2 children the same? Those thoughts don't come from the announcement itself. They come from unresolved beliefs about family, attention, and scarcity. You'll love this announcement for how involved the families get to be in the actual reveal of the pregnancy, whether they knew it or not. They get to be actively involved in finding out. And that's a really special moment for everyone that they'll always remember. Things can get controversial sometimes. Second pregnancy announcements often invite judgment more than the first ones do, especially when the spacing is close between the 2 children. There are timing and spacing judgments made. People suddenly feel entitled to comment on things like how soon it is, whether it was planned, your finances, your energy levels, and how you'll cope. An oops baby announcement, unquote, might be more playful on the surface, but underneath, it's often a shield. It's a way to preempt judgment. And that says more about the social pressure than about parenting choices. One of the most painful things parents talk about with second baby announcements isn't negative comments. It's usually more the silence. So there are fewer likes, fewer messages, less excitement, and also further down the line, fewer gifts from people after the baby has arrived. Parents tend to feel invisible with the second baby. So, as I mentioned in the article over on the blog, second pregnancies can be emotionally quieter, not because they matter less, but because people assume that you're fine now, that you've got this. They think you're experienced, they think you're capable, and that you're unbothered. But many parents actually need more support the second time around, not less. They need more help, more support. So here's another important part of the conversation. Second pregnancy announcements can unintentionally trigger people who are dealing with infertility, with pregnancy loss, or with secondary infertility. But that doesn't mean announcements are wrong. It just explains why reactions can also be complicated. Because people have comparison pain. A second baby can symbolize ease to someone else, or luck, or that something feels out of reach. And that's where empathy matters on both sides. So parents don't reduce their joy, but viewers are also allowed to feel what they feel.
Family, we're expecting baby number 2. We thought his grandmama would definitely see it now. But no.
The thing that people sometimes forget is that second pregnancies aren't less special, they're just different. People come with more realism,
Finally,
with
his
deeper
mom
emotional
noticed.
layers, and there's stronger awareness of the need for change. And often there's also a need for more intentionality. So, as I shared over on the blog, announcing baby number two can be harder creatively, emotionally, and socially as well. But it's still important because it's a milestone worth celebrating loudly if you want, if that's what feels right.
Telling
If you've
my husband
announced a second pregnancy and felt unseen, judged, or strangely flat afterward, you're not imagining it. And if you're watching these announcements and feeling conflicted, that doesn't make you a bad person either. It makes you human. I've linked the full article below, and it has creative, thoughtful ways that parents can announce baby number two and why the timing and the intention matters. So if the topic resonates with you, and just like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Did your second pregnancy announcement feel different from your first? Because this conversation, I think, deserves more honesty and less pretense.
I knew you were gonna know. Guys,
I knew it.
I knew you.
I have to go change my shirt.
I knew you knew because I knew if I said that. Look, guys, just to confirm, it is a pregnancy test. And both of them, I literally was like, I'm not even a crier. I started crying so much. It's gonna be a baby for real. Yeah. You go be a baby. You are. I love you guys.
I'm so excited. I was like, if she's not pregnant, I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah, because I was like,
Katie's like, oh, you have to come home. I just knew.
I knew you were gonna know.